How angry do you think she is right now? Unimaginably. How much of a laugh do you think she could get if she was like, I enjoyed all your speeches, but now it's my turn? And do you think she could? I feel like there's a version of that could bop. I'd commit necro. Okay, all right.
Thank you, my fellow Americans.
A standing ovation for this. I'm really sorry, but a lot of liberals are like that. Listen, okay, they made a dark deal. They were able to get AOC up there, but in turn, we have to have Hillary Clinton.
Thank you so much.
Time to hawk 2 of the polls. Yeah, incoming.
No. Thank you all.
This is great. Oh, they're trying to drown her out. This is actually based. They're like, if we never stop cheering.
Thank you so much. Wow. There's a lot of energy in this room, just like there is across the country.
Wow, she still looks. Oh, yep. Like a Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic. Look at the animatronic.
America. You can feel it. Something we've worked for and dreamed of for a long time. First, though,
a female president?
Let's salute President Biden.
Do you think that Hillary Clinton is kind of like a fey trickster and you have to keep her happy or her eyes flash red and she eats everyone in the audience?
At home and abroad. He brought dignity, decency, and competence back to the White House. And he showed what it means to be a true patriot. Thank you, Joe Biden, for your lifetime of service and leadership.
No, she's like, wait, no, applaud me.
And now we are writing a new chapter in America's story. You know, my mother Dorothy was born right here in Chicago before women had the right to vote.
Yeah, you're pretty old.
That changed 104 years ago yesterday. Think about it. Tennessee became the final state to ratify the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. The state legislature was deadlocked until one lawmaker's mother, a widow who read 3 newspapers a day, sent a letter to her son. No more delays, she wrote. Give us the vote. And since that day, every generation has carried the torch forward. In 1972, a fearless black congresswoman named Shirley Chisholm she ran for president. And her determination let me and millions of others dream bigger, not just because of who she was, but because of who she fought for. Working parents, poor children, the last, the least, and the lost. In 1984, I brought my daughter to see Geraldine Ferraro, the first woman nominated for vice president.
Haven't heard this woman's voice.
If we can do this, Jerry.
Hearing her, it's like immediately. It's crazy how much better things have gotten, right? Like you think about like Kamala Walls, and then you compare that to the energy that Hillary Clinton delivers. You remember what she was like back in 2016. It's like, holy shit. They were trying to lose with her, you know? Like, man, anyone else could have won against Trump in 2016. It was easier than the win that Joe Biden had in 2020, because by that point, Trump had energized the entire Republican base. Back in 2016, Trump was still beefing with a large portion of the GOP. He only fully consolidated his hold over the party after he won.
Said we can do anything. And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president.
All right. And lose it, thus condemning all of us to 3 conservative Supreme Court justices, 4 years of Donald Trump.
And nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams.
On our houses. She looks up the auditorium ceiling parts.
We refused to give up on America.
Bees.
Millions marched. Many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here. I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us. They would say, keep going. Shirley and Jerry would say, keep going.
She's just very creepy is the main problem.
Women fighting for reproductive health care are saying, keep going. Families building better lives. Parents stretching to afford child care. Young people struggling to pay their rent. They're all asking us to keep going. So, with faith in each other and joy in our hearts, let's send Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to the White House. The story of my life and the history of our country is that progress is possible but not guaranteed. We have to fight for it and never, ever give up. There is always a choice. Do we push forward or pull back? Come together as we the people, or split into us versus them? That's the choice we face in this election. Kamala has the character, experience, and vision to lead us forward. I know her heart and her integrity. We both got our start as young lawyers, helping children who were abused and neglected. That kind of work changes a person. Those kids stay with you. Kamala carries with her
God, she's so boring.
Of every child she
In my
protected,
head, I'm thinking,
every
I'm reading
family she helped, every
fruits
community she served. So as president, she will
index.
always have our backs, and she will be a fighter
Blueberries
for us.
are goated. Yeah,
she
I've
will
heard.
fight to lower costs for hardworking families, open the doors wide for good-paying jobs, and yes, she will restore abortion rights nationwide. As a prosecutor, Kamala locked up murderers and drug traffickers. She will never rest in defense of our freedom and safety. Donald Trump fell asleep at his own trial, and when he woke up, he made his own kind of history, the first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions.
At least that'll make Trump mad. It's the order you eat things in. I will never remember that.
As vice president, Kamala sat in the Situation Room.
I can't get over the impression of her being an animatronic. It's so overwhelming, the mechanical way she... I don't know. I don't know.
But we also know, as Vice President, Kamala sat in the Situation Room and stood for America's values. I know what it takes, and I can tell you, as Commander-in-Chief, Kamala won't disrespect our military and our veterans.
Sorry, guys.
She reveres our Medal of Honor recipients. She won't be sending love letters to dictators. She will defend democracy and our Constitution and will protect America from enemies, foreign and domestic.
I don't want to make a fruit smoothie every day. Could I just make a giant one and
Think
put
about
it in a Tupperware?
The
Does it go bad?
Constitution says the president's job is to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. Those are the words of our founders. Take care. Just look at the candidates. Kamala cares about kids and families, cares about America. Donald only cares about himself.
Again, like was pointed out, I don't like that rhetoric.
On her first day in court, Kamala said 5 words that still guide her. Kamala Harris, for the people. That is something that Donald Trump will never understand. So it is no surprise, is it, that he is lying about Kamala's record. He's mocking her name and her laugh. Sounds familiar. But we have him on the run now.
It's okay to make fun of Hillary Clinton's laugh because it comes across like shrill and psychotic. Kamala Harris's laugh conveys joy and human emotion. It has nothing to do with Hillary Clinton.
No matter what the polls say, we can't let up. We can't get driven down crazy conspiracy rabbit holes. We have to fight for the truth. We have to fight for Kamala as she will fight for us. Because you know what? It still takes a village to raise a family, heal a country, and win a campaign. And America needs every one of us, our energy, our talents, our dreams. We're not just electing a president, we're uplifting our nation. We're opening the promise of America wide enough for everyone. Together, we've put a lot of cracks in the highest, hardest glass ceiling. And tonight, so close to breaking through once and for all, I want to tell you what I see through all those cracks and why it matters for each and every one of us. What do I see? I see freedom. I see the freedom to make our own decisions about our health, our lives, our loves, our families. The freedom to work with dignity and prosper, to worship as we choose or not, to speak our minds freely and honestly. I see freedom from fear and intimidation, from violence and injustice, from chaos and corruption. I see the freedom to look our children in the eye and say, in America, you can go as far as your hard work and talent will take you, and mean it. And you know what? On the other side of that glass ceiling,
you can hear like
is
the clank and
Kamala
whir
Harris
of the emotional
raising her
circuits in
hand
her
and
head.
taking the oath of office as our 47th President of the United States.
Please
My
let her
friends,
let her go.
when a barrier falls for one of us, it falls. It falls and clears the way for all of us. So for the next 78 days, we need to work harder than we ever have. We need to beat back the dangers that Trump and his allies pose to the rule of law and our way of life. Don't get distracted or complacent. Talk to your friends and neighbors. Volunteer. Be proud champions for the truth and for the country that we all love.
I'm being drained. I'm being when she keeps sucking.
I want my grandchildren and their grandchildren to know I was here at this moment, that we were here, and that we were with Kamala Harris every step of the way. This is our time, America. This is when we stand up. This is when we break through. The future is here. It's in our grasp. Let's go win it.
Oh yeah, this is super cute. Tim Walz is... Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Of course, right when I'm not able to immediately mute it. Tim Walz's kid's giving him bunny ears when he's at the DNC. That's so cute. Could you imagine J.D. Vance's kids if they were old enough, or Joe Biden's... Or sorry, not Joe Biden. Donald Trump's kids doing this to them? They'd get like... They'd have their favorite puppy shot when they got back home, you know? For making their father look like a fool on national TV.